of the digital arena. So talking about the creative aspect of it, what does I'll start from the basic of it. So what does creativity it really means, and how do we define creativity? There are a lot of perception about being creative and being innovative, thinking new. So there are a lot of perception which are already there about creativity. तो हम सब अपने अपने तरीके से क्रिएटिविटी को परसीव करते हैं, हम सब अपने अपने तरीके से उसे देखते हैं. मेरा भी एक नजरिया है उसको देखने का. I'll share that with you. So for me, creativity is more about questioning. Why questioning? I would love to make you understand it in detail. That if you have unique questions, you will automatically find unique answers to it. So somehow finding unique question is more important, because then rationally the unique answer appears. So for an example, if we say that I'll give you an example of Newton. So when we talk about Newton, it's more like Newton is known for developing the three laws, of gravity. So gravitational force जो है वो हमेशा से एग्जिस्ट करती थी. एप्पल ऐसा नहीं है कि वो उसी दिन गिरा था उनके सर पे, वो पेड़ के नीचे बैठे हुए थे और अचानक उनके सर पे एप्पल गिरा. उनके जहन में एक सवाल आया दैट व्हाई इज इट फॉलिंग फ्रॉम व्हाई द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द एप्पल इज फॉलिंग फ्रॉम टॉप टू बॉटम. सो ये सवाल अपने आप में जो है, ये सवाल अपने आप में वो सवाल था जिसकी वजह से हमारा पूरा सिविलाइजेशन खड़ा हुआ. सो ही हैड ए यूनिक क्वेश्चन, और हमारे आसपास ऐसे बहुत सारे यूनिक क्वेश्चन एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, और हमें चाहिए कि हम अपना माइंड ओपन रखें, खुला रखें, कंडीशन ना होने दें चीजों से. तो somehow asking yourself unique questions are important, and that automatically leads you to answer them uniquely, and which eventually that person who can do that would be called creative. So that's how I define creativity. That it's so important for us in the age of excessive information that हम लोगों के आसपास है. इतनी information है कि somehow that it breaks the our cord with the imagination part. So वो excessive information को हमारे ऊपर हावी नहीं होने देना, and somehow we have to keep questioning ourselves with unique questions. So I'll also give you an example. I mean, it's just an example around it. That जैसे एक बच्चा है, वो बचपन में मून को देखता है, उसके दिमाग में 50 चीजें, 50 फैसिनेशन मून को लेकर होते हैं कि वो कितना दूर है, क्या वो पास में है, या क्या मैं उस तक पहुंच सकता हूँ. So I think it's important that we preserve that innocence and we preserve that imagination. क्योंकि वो हम इनोसेंट होते हैं तो हम इमेजिन करते हैं तो हम अलग अलग आइडियाज, अलग अलग चीजों के साथ जो है वी कम अप विद इट. एंड इफ यू डोंट डू दैट, तो कहीं ना कहीं एक्सेसिव, जैसे हमें एक्सेसिव इंफॉर्मेशन दे दी जाए या हमें बता दिया जाए कि चांद हमसे इतना दूर है और हम उस तक कभी नहीं पहुंच सकते, तो शायद nobody would have seen that dream of reaching the moon. So again, that it is important in a lot of ways to preserve that innocence, and also keep questioning yourself to find unique answers to unique questions. So that's how I define creativity in my own way. And so creativity in digital era, the first word I already defined it quite in an elaborating way. So now talking about the second part of it, which is the digital era. So I come from a background which is of films, art. So and then when I started my career, I got into advertising, and now I'm mostly into ads, commercials that you watch on television or digital space around you, digital platforms around you. So for me, can you please get down? Next. Yeah. So the entire thought process that I'm going to revolve around would be the advertising sector. I mean, how it has impacted the advertising sector, how it has impacted the brand strategies, different brands, because I closely work with different brands across the nation. So brands earlier used to have a very, because there was limited platforms, there were limited platforms like television, theaters. These were the platforms which were there, and there was a monopoly that was around these platforms. So whatever content you had to build, you had to build for television, you had to build for the theaters. There were no independent platforms to put up your content, for the brands. And there was heavy media buying that was involved to project your own commercial or your own advertisement. You have to pay out excessive money, and somehow the brand has less freedom, and less chance to take risk and explore themselves, which has completely changed after the rise of digital era. Because now you have so many digital platforms to just like get down there and understand your TG, and and make films for them, make content for them, to engage them with the brand. So I think the biggest advantage that digital era has given to the creatives and the brands is to just be more fearless, because there is less money involved in terms of projecting that content. Because when we project on TV, the media buying budgets are like 50 cr, 100 cr, and and you could actually reach, the data says that you can actually reach so many people even through the digital platform in today's age. So that has given a lot of freedom to the brands to just explore themselves and be more fearless in terms of the content creation. Next slide, Shari. So because now the costs have gone down in terms of production, जितने पैसों में वो कमर्शियल बनता है या एड बनता है, जितने पैसे लगते हैं उसको प्रोजेक्ट करने में थिएटर या टीवी के अंदर, आज उससे हाफ अमाउंट में you can actually make a good ad, and you can optimize your resources, and just like reach your target audience through digital platforms. So I think that is one of the things that's the biggest contribution of the digital platforms to the brand, to the advertising sector. So talking about one of the most important factor is data analysis. So earlier, you used to like make a commercial. You used to buy the media. It used to get projected on television, theaters. पर होता ये था कि आपको कभी पता नहीं पड़ता था कि ये how much did it work and who did it targeted, and how did it affected the entire. Did it had an impact on the audience that you wanted to have as a brand? So somehow the another edge of the rise of digital era was the backend, because the backend gave the understanding of the content that you are creating and whether it is impacting the TG that you want to impact. So I think data analysis became the key factor after the rise of digital era, because whatever content you create, there was almost like you could actually engage indirectly with your audience and understand that whether they're liking what you're creating for the brand or not, or whether it is really working for the brand or not. So I think that entire thing around data analysis also helped the creatives like me to understand whether the content that I'm creating is actually creating that kind of brand engagement or not. So so data analysis was one of the most, I consider it to be one of the most important thing that really helped the brand, the creators, to understand whatever content they are creating is reaching their respective audiences or not. So before I go to the digital campaigns that I created, because I'll tell you that what is the premise of it and how we build those digital campaigns and how did they impacted and what were we briefed upon. So before this, I'll like to tell you about the hierarchy, how advertising agencies and how production houses and how everything, how this system works, so that this will give you a better uh, perception to see a better frame to understand the campaigns I'm going to discuss about. So majorly, as a creative content creator, so the brand is always struggling with certain things, and they want that solution to come across through the advertising or the digital ads or like print campaigns, so that they can, they can come over those problems that they are facing. So at times it's a public service message, at times it's a product launch, at times it is about changing the perception of the brand. So there are different reasons why a creative like me is being called up. So there's an entire process that is involved in it. So at times the brand wants to change their perception. They are carrying a certain perception, and they want to break that perception. So they need ideas to, just like so that people don't frame them in a specific way, and they want a change in the way the people look at that brand. The others could be like the competition has come up with certain thing, and you want to, just like you just surpass that competition through your own messaging. So there are different reasons why the brands get engaged with, advertising, and how they approach that entire thing. So they call me up to understand whether how would we, come over these problems, or what are the creative solutions that I have for them. So I'll take you through some digital campaigns. So yeah, this was the campaign that I did for Bhaskar. Now the question for in front of me was that the brand asked me कि भाई आप हम चाहते हैं कि it's a Hindi daily. I mean, I hope most of you would be aware about Dainik Bhaskar. So it's a Hindi daily, and so the newspaper, they were facing a problem कि भाई आप इतनी negative news क्यों छापते हो? आप क्यों इतना नेगेटिव न्यूज छापते हो? आप अखबार पढ़ना ही मुश्किल है, आप खोलते हो तो उसके अंदर मर्डर, किडनैपिंग, और आप सुबह सुबह अखबार खोलते हो तो यू कम अक्रॉस all those negative news. And the brand was scrutinized to publish, negative news, lot of negative news. So when I was called up on the board, so they asked me that कि हम इसको कैसे counter करें? What are the ways? How should we counter this problem, and how should we change the brand perception from being in a newspaper who is publishing a negative news, who's publishing news about murder, kidnapping. So I asked them, my first question to them was that कि आप क्यों ये खबरें छापते हो? What is the reason? Why do you print all these news? So they came up with a very good answer. They came up with a very good answer that people want to read. People actually want to read negative news because it's a sensational thing to read a negative news. कोई अच्छी चीज पढ़ने में आपकी एफर्ट लगेगी, बट कोई बुरी चीज आपका इमीडिएट अट्रैक्शन अपनी तरफ खींच लेगी. It will gauge that attraction towards you. So they were in a problem कि अगर हम नेगेटिव न्यूज नहीं छापते हैं, अगर हम नेगेटिव चीजें नहीं करते हैं, तो हम कैसे उतना अट्रैक्शन अपने लिए लेके आ पाएंगे, और अगर हम सब कुछ अच्छा अच्छा चाहते हैं तो उतनी आईबॉल्स हमें नहीं मिलती हैं. So it was a challenge in itself for the brand, and somehow that challenge itself had an answer in it, because जब ये बात कही गई मुझसे, when they told me that the brand is struggling with it, the brand is struggling with the with this particular problem, because people want to read negative news. So I think there was a messaging, the emotional messaging that was involved in it. I took an emotional route. I thought of giving a message that there's a lot of negativity around you, but how you can just like It's all about your perception, the way you look at it. So I'll share the commercial with you. I'll share the film with you. I mean, you all can just sit back and enjoy the film, and later we can also have discussion on this too. I hope I hope everybody could, yeah, could see that that film that I just shown. So if you see the film, it's about changing the perception. So we went out there and had a talk with our own audience through this platform, through the digital platform, and we tried making them understand that it's more about, you have to bring that change in your perception. आपने जब फिल्म की शुरुआत हुई तो आपने उसको किसी एक तरीके से देखा, and then once I hope you all felt that whether when the film moved progressed and forward, you realize that it's not the way you were perceiving it to end. So perception, and that chord, it strike with the audience, and we also won digital campaign award for this one. And yeah, there was a lot of traction that was attracted to through this ad. And then they started the initiative. It ran for almost like 2 years, where they used to publish positive news, only positive news on Mondays. So yeah, so that's how the brand, that digital, the digital spread of the content, and the way we build that film in terms of to reach the audiences, it helped the brand ultimately. The another digital campaign that we did was Two Bins Life Wins. So it was about spreading awareness to segregate the waste by the use of two separate bins. Now again, the problem was that if I gave a direct messaging कि भाई आप जो है दो बॉक्स अलग रखो to segregate the waste, it's never gonna work like that, क्योंकि वो कभी भी eyeball cater नहीं करेगा उस तरीके से. So what I decided, I'll like to show you the film and then we'll discuss on that too. Sound okay?
पापा देश चलाता है, नहीं है नेता, लेकिन देश को वो चलाता है. वो डॉक्टर भी नहीं है, लेकिन रोग भगाता है. मेरा पापा देश चलाता है. वो पुलिस में भी नहीं है, लेकिन देश की गंदगी मिटाता है. वो आर्मी में भी नहीं है, लेकिन गंदे शैतानों से जंग. देश अगर नहीं जाएगा मेरा बाबा काम पर तो रुक जाएगा इंडिया का हर घर। ना बनेगा खाना, ना होगा नहाना, सड़कों पे मच जाएगी भगदड़। बच्चे स्कूल नहीं पहुंचेंगे, ना ही डॉक्टर अस्पताल, मंत्री मंत्रालय नहीं पहुंचेंगे और पूरे देश का हाल हो जाएगा बेहाल। हम सब की जिंदगी को आसान बनाता है। मेरा बाबा वो काम करता है जो देश का कोई भी बाबा करना नहीं चाहता। मेरा बाबा देश चलाता है। क्योंकि देश अपना गीला और सूखा कचरा अलग नहीं करता। मेरा बाबा कचरा, गटर, मल और बीमारियों के अंदर जाता है और बहुत बीमार होकर निकलता है। कभी कभी लगता है मेरा बाबा बीमारी से हार जाएगा। कभी कभी लगता है पापा लौट के घर नहीं आएगा। मेरे बाबा को बचाओ। इस देश को सिर्फ मेरे बाबा से मत चलाओ, क्योंकि देश को देश का हर आदमी चलाता है। क्योंकि देश को देश का हर आदमी चलाता है।
Yeah. So, so again, the point was to reach your audience through, just like it cater more than 20 million views. And again, it reached, it became in 2020, it was the highest, it was the most viral video that the brand could, it reached almost 20 million people. So not even in the country, across the nation, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, in UAE, in Sri Lanka. So the film and the amount that was put in the film in terms of the marketing was very less. It was not even 5% of what usually brand put in their marketing budgets. So that's the power of creative, and that's the power of digital era, that you could make a content, put it on YouTube, promote it. You can put it on Facebook, Instagram, and then you can strategize it. And if your content has the potential, you would not need a you would not need deep pockets to spread it all through the country. So that's how this was one of the most successful campaign of the last year. And so yeah, so coming to the next campaign that we designed for Mahindra was Futurize. So Mahindra was looking for a brand change in the brand perception. So what they were looking for was that they wanted their brand to change, the perception around them to change, and become a brand which is future oriented and has an international appeal to it. So so for that we designed a campaign which is called as Futurize. So if you are aware about Mahindra's line, Mahindra uses that a lot, which is a word called as rise, Mahindra rise. So what we have done is that we have added the future and rise together, and we created a concept which was around that how we are going to rise in future, and through our innovation, through our thought process, and what do we really believe in, what is the core ideology of the brand. So we created a film around it. I would like to show it to you and then come back again.
Why is the earth round? Now, children, that is how humans discovered fire. Yes. What is fire made of? Doesn't explain what fire is anymore. Mama, the video stopped. Yeah, the internet is down. Internet? What is it made of? Why is this colorless? The curious ask questions. Questions spark innovations. That's why at Mahindra we nurture curiosity. Curiosity that enables us to innovate, enables us to futurize. Urbanization by creating sustainable and smart world cities. Mobility with electric race to road technology. Farming using technology to boost productivity. And information technology by using artificial intelligence to tackle climate change. We rise to the future by nurturing our curiosity. Go on, nurture your curiosity.
Yeah, so the same thought that I discussed earlier, that it's about curiosity, it's about asking the questions to yourself, the questions that would lead you to some innovative, unique answers, and that's how every innovation works in. So to project Mahindra as someone who uh, who are readily there to just like innovate new things and new things in terms of technology, in terms of uh, their automobile sector, their different sectors that they work in. So the entire thought revolved around to nurture that curiosity. So that was the thought that we build upon, and then if we nurture our curiosity, it is for sure that we will rise in future, because that will lead us to the innovation. So the same thing, that the same thought process that I believe in, I pitched it to them. They really liked it, and then finally we came up with this. So this was their international campaign for US and Australia, and that's how the entire thing came together. So the other very interesting campaign that I worked upon was Ghar Ki Lakshmi. So basically, this digital campaign was, I was told by the client to just like there is a certain image of truck drivers, and they want to change that perception of truck drivers, which is their TG, and make them feel good about being a truck driver. And the another additional messages that they wanted to add in their messaging was that we want a certain shade of we want a certain messaging that revolves around women empowerment. And because it was a Diwali ad, they also wanted a festival messaging in it. So somehow these were the three things that we were working upon. So this is one of the best campaigns. Again, this was an award-winning campaign that we did for digital platforms, which is Ghar Ki Lakshmi. So I'll show the film again to you, and you will just get an idea that how we build upon this campaign.
हाँ, मैं बात करती हूँ मामा से। दीपक का फोन आया था। फीस के बारे में पूछ रही थी। एक्सीडेंट ने सब कुछ बदल दिया। पहले इलाज का खर्चा और अब घर गिर। कहाँ से लाऊं फीस के पैसे? कैसे चलाऊंगा? सुनिए, शादी की इस घर की लक्ष्मी को लगना चाहिए। इस दिवाली हर घर की लक्ष्मी को महिंद्रा ट्रक एंड बस का सलाम और दिवाली की ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं।
So yeah, we subtly covered, we subtly tried covering all the points that were given to us by the client. So that's how we come up with this idea, and we involved all those change, the change of perception for the truck drivers, the woman empowerment and the festival messaging along it. So yeah, that's how we built this campaign. And not only this, but also the mainstream product launches have been happening on the digital platforms. So it's like whatever new product you come up with, the celebrity endorsement and all the factors like that gauge more eyeballs were also in last few years we have seen even that happening. So there is use of celebrity for product launch. So we did a film for Mahindra Truck and Buses for their product launch, and it was a celebrity film. And to engage more people digitally, we tried bringing the celebrity together with the product, and we got some amazing results on it. So yeah, so I'll show you the film, and you could get an idea of it too.
फर्स्ट टाइम पे जब सेट पर टीम जानी बचानी हो तो एक अलग ही कॉन्फिडेंस रहता है, सबको है। आप प्लीज एक्सपर्ट, क्योंकि BS6 के साथ भी इसमें है वही जाना पहचाना M-Power फ्यूल स्मार्ट इंजन, वही स्ट्रॉन्ग एग्रीगेट्स, वही सर्विस और स्पेयर्स की गारंटी, वही 6 साल की ट्रांसफरेबल वारंटी, नए ड्राइवर इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम और IMAX टेलीमैटिक्स के साथ। महिंद्रा ब्लेजो एक्स, अब आप सिर्फ बिजनेस की चिंता कीजिए, BS6 की।
So yeah, so again, I'm talking about the product launch. So even the brands are coming up to launch their products digitally with with the use of celebrity. So even now that has started happening. There are huge budgets in terms of the production of the film, which is involved now. And I think the times have changed a lot. There is no more TV monopoly. There's no more a theater monopoly. Even in terms of films, there you can see the OTT platforms rising. So there are direct releases that are happening on Netflix or Amazon. So yeah, I mean, um, what all this has contributed to is that it has helped a lot of creative content creators, independent creative content creators, to come across, and just focus on their creative side fearlessly, build content, put it across. And if their content has that potential, it will automatically reach millions of people. So that's the power of digital era. I mean, that's the power of digital era for the creative content creators. So yeah, so that's I've given you a glimpse of what how these digital campaigns were built and and I put it across the different platforms. And yeah, so I think mostly I've covered all the points. I mean, now it's open for discussion. Any of the questions that you think that you want to ask me, you can.
Yeah, participants, I have given you the unmuting rights. So if you want to ask any question or interact with Divyan sir, so you can interact.
You are free to ask any question, share your experiences, whatever you feel like discussing about.
Uh, Good afternoon, Divyansh sir. This is Nidhi Vyas from Jaipur.
Yeah, tell me.
Like I have been a teacher and I've been using certain advertisements and all to discuss things with students. Now,
Okay.
for the first time, I'm listening from the lion who's telling us what was the reason behind making a particular ad. We could understand the message is conveyed, but like how, what the process goes on, you haven't detailed about it, but it was a great insight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. So basically, yeah. So basically, talking about the detailed part of it, there are a lot of things that are involved. There's everybody has different process to derive the same thing. For me, it is mostly when I come across the client brief, when I try understanding what problems they are facing, I take back that problems with me, think on it, jam on it with my own team, discuss on it, and try understanding that how I can come up with a solution, a creative solution for it. And the process of creative solution, I mean, it is something which is, it's like cooking. So for an example, it requires a lot of ingredients. So I mean, I can tell you कि इतना मसाला लगेगा, इतना नमक लगेगा, इतनी सब्जियां लगेंगी, ऐसे बनेगा, इतनी देर पकाना पड़ेगा. But at the end of the day, it is your vegetable or जो सब्जी, whatever vegetable you are cooking, or what I am cooking, the taste will be different. So it varies from person to person, how they conceive a problem, how they find a solution to it. And then obviously, as I said, that I mentioned one very important point, which is data analysis. When we build a content, we also get feedback on it, that whether this really worked or not, and if it didn't work, why didn't it work. So that collective information helps us next time to build a content. So for an example, we got a very interesting data on the point that if you lose on the first 10 seconds, if there is no sense of engagement in the first 10 seconds, then you will lose the audience. The people will skip your ad, or they will move to the whatever they are actually intending to watch. So I mean, there are very small datas which are available there, which we come across, which helps us to understand that okay, fine, we need to create maximum engagement in the first half of the film structurally. So there are a lot of nuances like that which are involved. um, and obviously the creative process is very free. It is not something which is bounded, but yeah, at the end of the day, you are working for a brand and for a problem, to find a creative solution. Then obviously you have to cover all those points that the client has briefed you on. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else, anything related to filmmaking, their own passion, whatever. I mean, it's a very informal interaction that I want to have with all of you. So yeah, कुछ भी आप जो शेयर करना चाहते हैं अपने फिल्म के बारे में, आपका कोई फैसिनेशन हो, कोई चीज आपको डिस्कस करनी हो, even for digital thing, anything that you want to discuss.
Even if you want to write on chat box, then you can write on chat box also. Yeah, Charul ma'am is there. Anyone, if want to ask any question related to advertisement, filmmaking, or the campaign which sir just initiated for a number of brands, so they can just ask to sir. Yeah, sir, may I ask one question if you permit me?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sir, I just want to know that when we compare Indian ad making industry with global ad making industry, so where we stand on that platform?
See the content that we are creating digitally. I mean, it's reaching. Uh, I mean, it's there. It's up to the standards what we are seeing internationally. Even the content that is being built internationally, for them, they are looking at India right now because there is a lot of user engagement involved in terms of all the platforms. So we are the largest population. So they are looking to us, for more and more engagement. So whatever content that they are creating, we are the audiences for them. So we should, I mean, we have got such a huge, large population and so many eyeballs for even their content. So I think that is helping us to grow even creatively. That is helping us to grow to, to build new content, and somehow I think we are neck to neck with whatever is happening in terms of the content creation part that's happening digitally right now in this age, this day and age.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to ask something? Okay, I think, sir, you just satisfied all the query which has been raised by the participants, and you already answered that. So we are just coming to the end of this particular session, sir. As you started your session by saying that to reach your audience, it is nowadays it is very useful to use digital platform as far as all the platform is been concerned, and the uh, advertisement or the commercial which you made for n number of brands, like no negative campaign which has been designed for Danik Bhaskar, and two bins life wins campaign, Mahindra Futurize, and the campaign which you created, definitely these campaign are very helpful to emotionally connect with the audience. And as we all are teacher and academicians, so definitely the things which you deliver to us, sir, we will be using in our teaching, in marketing class, in advertising class. So on behalf of entire IBMR IPS family and all the participants, I just thank you, sir, for presenting such an enlightening session for all of us. So thank you, sir, thank you so much for such beautiful session
Thank
for
you.
all of
Thank
us.
you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah,
It was my honor. Thank you.
thank you, sir. Yeah, participants, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, yeah. So as we have just come to the end of this 6-day short-term training program sponsored by AICTE, and at last I would like to thank to all the participants for attending this program and making this program a huge success. And the speakers, those who has given us the time, valuable time for this particular program, like Dr. Karunesh Saxena sir, Dr. Vinay Goyal sir, Dr. Yogesh Upadhyay ji, Dr. Girish Agrawal sir, Mr. Yatish Mathur sir, Dr. Vivek Singh Kushwaha sir, Mr. Manish Saraf sir, Dr. Pratik Maheshwari, Mr. Abhishek Babbar, Shri Sundaranand Das ji, and Mr. Devang Patel, and Mr. Divyans Ganju sir. So, with the help of all those distinguished speaker, this event is a huge success. And at last, I would like to also acknowledge to our president sir, Mr. Architect Mr. Achal K. Chaudhary sir, who has motivated us for conducting such a program in our institute, in our academy. And I would like to also thanks to our director sir, Dr. Vivek Singh Kushwaha, for always motivating us and guiding us related to this program, and providing all the necessary infrastructure for conducting such innovative program on this online platform. And I also want to thanks to Dr. Sachin Mittal sir, the coordinator of this short-term training program, he has just given us the direction to lead this program and just to successfully run this program in this digital platform. And I also want to thanks Dr. Nidhi Jawar ma'am and Dr. Kiran Gehani ma'am for such a wonderful help on this particular platform. Now forum is open for feedback or discussion. So any feedback if you want to give about this program or anything you want to share your opinion, so the forum is open for everyone. Yeah, Nidhi ma'am is there? Hello?
Which Nidhi, Kalicharan
Yeah,
sir?
yeah, Nidhi Vyas ma'am, Dr. Nidhi Vyas ma'am. Ma'am, can you please share your opinion or feedback regarding the program which we have conducted in last 6 days?
Yeah, Kalicharan sir. It has had been a wonderful experience. I've been telling everybody like whom I'm connected with that this was a session worth attending. You all have done a very nice task. Like selecting the resource person is a really tough task, wherein you are the winners for sure. The all the sessions have been very good. The only session I am not very happy with is with the first session today ones.
Okay.
You must have also gone through that session.
Yes, yes.
The technical team of like I don't remember sir's name, possibly because sir's session could not interest me. So the technical team is to be taken care of. The technical task should be taken care of really nicely, because at your end, at IBMR's end, there was nothing like everything went so flawlessly. We didn't even realize that it was an online kind of thing. That's all from my side. Thank you, Kalicharan sir, for giving me an opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Nidhi ma'am. Thank you so much for your opinion and feedback regarding this program. Yeah, Professor Kavita Saxena is there. Kavita ma'am is there. Ma'am, if you want to share something regarding the program, so that would be really great for us. Yeah. Yeah, Kavita ma'am, you can unmute. Your mic is not working. Okay. Kavita ma'am just has written that very informative and informative session and valuable input has been given by the speaker. Yeah. Anyone else want to share something? Professor Swapna. Swapna ma'am, can you unmute yourself and say a few words for us regarding the program? Or even if you want to criticize the program, then also it would be really, really helpful for us. Yeah, Swapna ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm so
Ma'am, you are muted. Swapna ma'am, you are muted. Robin sir, if you want to say something regarding the program. You are not audible, Swapna ma'am. Yeah. So participants, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah.
May I say
yeah.
something?
Yeah, Muzaffar sir, you can
Okay.
speak. Yeah.
All right. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm speaking from Dhaka.
Yes, sir.
So I started joining this session since 22nd of March. We started with the first session. It was on teaching innovation and management 4.0. The session, like in the morning, in the noon and afternoon, 3 sessions were really, fruitful, and I really learned from those sessions. And I would like to add with that the session followed by the first one, the day one, digital marketing, and then the research and management 4.0. And especially I want to mention yesterday's session, which was on the research. It was really, really effective and learning session from the professor. So all the professors were really, really nice, and they had the in-depth knowledge, insights of the topic they went through. And I really learned, and the whole program was professionally handled. I would like to thank to the organizer. But a little bit like confusing the today's session in the morning. It was the last, the one that we are talking about in the morning one, the first session. I didn't understand that. But other than that, the almost all session was, is professionally handled, and the experienced professors and the practitioner from the corporate sector. Especially, I would like to mention the name. I forgot the name. The one who came on the first day and second day, he is from the marketing entrepreneurs, the sector.
Devang
So
Patel, Mr. Devang Patel.
yes, that session was really, really, the fruitful and successful session. And the yesterday's session, the professor who talked about the different journals and case writing,
Dr. Vinay
about
Goyal.
the yes. So I would like to. I should mention those names. I'm sorry if I don't remember. Uh, but I learned really. So I can now share with my students and my connections about Management 4.0, about Industry 4.0, University 4.0, Teaching 4.0, Students 4.0, and now we can get involved with them directly. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Muzaffar, for your valuable feedback. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Sir, am I audible? Sir?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Sir, this is Swapna, sir.
Yeah, ma'am.
Sir, it's a wonderful session, sir. And I have learned so many things as I'm a fresher to the teaching field.
Yes.
And I don't know how to write the case studies, and I don't know that. So yesterday's session was really very good, sir. I have learned so many things, and now I'm able to write case studies. Sir, Vinay Goshal, sir, it was a nice session by Vinay Goshal, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Swapna ma'am, for your kind words, and thanks to all the dear participants, those who have actively participated in this online short-term training program on Management 4.0. So on behalf of IBMR IPS Academy, I would like to thank you all. Now I am going to share you today's session's feedback link, as well as the overall feedback link of this particular program, and I will also be sharing the test link which you have to appear, right? So just sharing the feedback link as well as the test link. So what you have to do, there are 50 questions in that multiple choice questions, and you have to attempt all the question, and the time limit is 60 minutes, and there is no time barrier, as we'll be starting this particular uh, examination or test from 2:30 onwards, and you will be having time till midnight 12 o'clock. So as per your convenience, you can attempt that test, and after attempting that test, you can submit that test, and the score which you will be getting, will be mentioning that score in certificate also, and you will be getting the certificates in next week. So if there is any doubt regarding that, so you people can just ask right here, right now.
Good afternoon, sir. Seema this side.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity to participate in a program like this. All sessions were very, very informative and very useful for us. All the resource person were very learned and knowledgeable. Thank you, sir. You have expanded our knowledge base. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Sir,
Seema ma'am.
we got only notes from two professors. What about others?
Ma'am, we will be talking to all the professors and we'll be asking for the notes, those who want to share with us, and definitely we'll be sharing in the group itself, and we'll be sharing in mail also if you require that, right? So participants, I have shared two feedback links, and the test link also I have shared in the chat box. The test will be conducted on testmo's platform. And one thing which you have to remember while appearing in the test, that once you click on this and as you enter the password, then test will start. So there is no possibility to stop that test. So as per your convenience, when you are totally free and you want to just appear in the test, you can just start the test by clicking on the link which has been provided in the chat box. And this link also will be shared in the WhatsApp group, and I will also mail this link to all the participants. So hope we have tried to fulfill all the doubts which you people were having regarding the test and all. And for successful completion of this program, 80% attendance criteria is there, and 60% marks will be achieved by the participants. So thank you so much. Is there any query from the participants end, or doubt regarding the test or any other thing?
Sorry, sir.
Sir,
Are you providing
between
the
what
link in
time we
the
have to
WhatsApp,
take up the
please?
test, sir?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Between what time we have to take up the test?
Between 2:30 noon to 12 o'clock midnight, the test will be open, ma'am.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, Muzaffar sir, you
okay,
were saying
okay.
something?
I said, are you providing the link for the test in the WhatsApp, please?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I
That'd
am
be
just
nice.
providing that link also in WhatsApp group, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So participants, now I'll be just ending up this meeting. So thank you so much for attending this online short-term training program. And I would like to thanks to AICT for sponsoring such programs to our institute on topic management 4.0. So thank you everyone. Thank you AICT. Thanks and happy learning in near future.